Welcome back. I'm Shaq and we got ourselves another video. So Cooley off of No Fugazi podcast had a conversation with a male feminist. He's not really a male feminist. People are calling him like a male feminist. He's actually like one of those, the black woman is God type folks. You know, I don't know if that's Kemet, is one of the pro-black sections. He's not a male feminist, okay? They just match everything that would make them a male feminist. Yeah. Oh yeah, did I also say that he beat the dog out of him? He did that. He horrible what he did. But hold up, you just hitting this video, need to hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, and in the comment section, give me a thumbs up or a heart. Zoom! Just to let me know that it's real. Let's waste no more time. Let's roll the clip. Oh, you ain't know what that was? Oh, that doo-doo, man.
You are live with No Fugazi, man. State your name and where you from.
King Melody.
Before you say what your name is, sir, you look like a cartoon character. Everything on him looks drawn on. I had to say it. That beard looked drawn on. Eyebrows look drawn on. His hairline, crooked but drawn on. We got handsome Squidward over here.
Man, from the Midwest, America, Chicago. Yep.
Okay, Chicago. And how old are you?
40.
40. Okay, what do you do for a living, man?
Private banker. You know what I mean? Get into a few things in regards to banking, secure party creditor.
Yeah, let me know what you want to talk about it or debate about today, man.
The black woman is God. I think it's a misconception out here. A lot of people not aware of it. But when you take away the spookism, the skepticism, then you will really come to the actual understanding. Is most people that I sit around understand. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the mind, so to say, it's about the physical existence of the black woman being matter. So the black woman is God when you stop being taught about God. So when you get down to the singularity form of God, when you get down to coming into this world and then somebody teaching you about what a God is, the black woman existed as God before that. Like your mother was God before you was taught about God. My mother was God before I was taught about God. And then from the black woman comes forth other women. So in regards to it, the black woman is the creator. She is the first one to create the mind.
That's a lie.
All right, man. So you said that basically when we peel back all the layers, the black woman is God. Before, correct. I'm just repeating back what you said to let you know that I understood exactly what you said. You said, as you know, before we've adopted the thinking and ideologies of God, how we know it now, before that, or even if we take it away, we would see that the black woman is actually truly God. That's what correct. You said, right? Okay. Correct. Now, where does the father, my question for you is, where does the man come in? Where does the father or the man come into this picture? The black man or any man?
All right. Now, in regards to the father is a social construct that has nothing to do with nature.
What the hell are you talking about?
So somebody made up this whole father aspect. Man is something totally different. You grow into the man, but we go through stages in life to get to a man. So in regards to me, I had to go from an embryo, you know what I'm saying, to an infant, to a toddler, teenager, young adult, and then I graduated into a man. So when we're talking about those two terms, you know, you got to go to get to a man. And then when you're talking about a father, there's nowhere that there's a father in nature. So
what? If we're going to go by the man thing, you got to go to become a man. You got to be knocking the boots with a lady, then you become a father. How could that be a social construct if you're saying the other one's not? Whatever, I guess.
A father would be unnatural. That's just something to compete with the woman.
What?
Okay, so you're saying that the father is unnatural, but the woman is natural.
Correct.
Do I have that correct? And you're
correct,
saying
correct.
The reason why, you really didn't give a reason why the father would be unnatural. So what's your reasoning that the father is unnatural? Explain, give me some logic, however you could,
right.
You know,
the logic was nature. I said that there was not a father found in nature. There's nowhere in nature that you can find a father. You have a male. So at the end of the day, there's no father. Father is a social construct. That's something to put itself into existence to be opposite of the mother. but there's no such thing really as a father.
Can you explain how the father is a social construct?
It's a social construct due to the fact is you're talking about a label that's being placed on a man being a father. Can you be a father at 12 years old?
Yes.
That's the question that I'm asking you.
People have I mean, I think I had when I was 12 years old, man. So
Okay, so you
could be a father when you're 12 years old. You could have definitely planted your seed in something. Yes.
So what's the difference between like a sperm donor and a person that's at 12 years old into something? And I'm just asking you. I know it sounds weird, but it's just a question. You don't know what to do. You cannot father that baby. Yes, you have sperm in you. You went through puberty. You can give out the sperm, but fathering that baby is a whole totally different. Like I said, it's a label. It's a social construct.
Based off of that logic, being a mother is a social construct. There's so many women out here that don't know how to take care of a baby. Unless you're going to just say being a mother is just pushing them out. If that's all you're saying, then being a father is just putting it in. It's the same thing, my friend. It's the same thing. I don't see how you're saying this with a straight face.
It's a curse.
And you really need to open your eyes up. Like, I don't even know if it's bright in that room right now.
It applies a definition that doesn't exist in nature. There are no fathers in nature. They don't do the same thing that we are told to do as men. You see what I'm saying? So now you're talking about what you're supposed to do as a father. But in nature, a mother is a mother. She already knows because she's carrying that child that she has a responsibility. What is our responsibility as fathers? That's a social construct. That's somebody telling us what our responsibilities is. But nature is not telling us that we have responsibility to take care of a child. Nature doesn't tell us that. So being a father is a social construct. Nature tells a woman she has the responsibility by giving her the ability to carry that child, create that child, manifest that child, birth that child. Nature is telling us that that is her responsibility. As a father, it's not telling us anything through our genetic makeup.
Yeah. So what I'm looking for from you is a logical response, like 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 2 = 4. There's logic through it from cause to effects. You're saying that it's a social construct. I can truly explain what a social construct is if you ask me a question about a social construct. So you just said that, well, the father is a social construct, and I'm asking you how and why. And you said that, well, from nature. And I want you to explain specifically in detail what is the social construct that the man is a social construct. So pretty much there's only women. So here's another question. Forget about that. Let's just go with, do you think there's any differences between men and women?
It's kind of like you're trying to be condescending to the point where you have no comprehension.
This nigga.
You don't have no comprehension in what I'm saying to you in a response to the point where you can't fathom it? What do you mean?
No.
I don't understand what you... Then you go to the next question after you sit there and tell me that you didn't understand. Like, come on,
not
bro.
understand.
Like, we gonna turn this into... Is this some type of entertainment or something? I'm just asking you. I thought it was about the black woman as God. I don't know you. Well, I didn't research you. I just came over here because... Okay.
Mister. Don't be defensive right now. I don't know why you're being defensive. If I ask you a question and then you don't like answer that question almost at all, yeah, I might just move to the next question, even though I tell you that I didn't understand what you just said. Let's just move on. Because the fact that you didn't answer it, but you went on like a whole rant tells me that maybe you don't understand the question. So, and I ain't got time to make you understand it.
So what are we doing?
We'll speak in detail. What we're doing is having a discussion man to man, right? Mm-hmm. You just said that the man is a social construct.
I said the father is. You're saying that the man is. Right.
Okay,
so
let's just...
two things. You asked me about the man and the father.
You said, well, that, because the father is, not from nature. And I want you to explain, how isn't the father not from nature? That's what I want you to do. I want you to explain how it's a social construct and it's not from nature. Because here's what I'll tell you. Nothing grows unless a seed is planted. Nothing grows on this planet unless a seed is planted. And every man holds the seed in them. Every man holds the seed of life form. Life form in us. In your sack, if you have enough testosterone, but I know in my sack, I got at least 80 million of them little niggas moving around in there. You know what I'm saying? Most men do with a good amount of testosterone. So therefore we have seed, and the life form starts there. You won't have a plant if you don't plant a seed first. So you saying that a father is a social construct is a lie, is what I'm saying. Get to dispute the point that the father doesn't hold the seed. So we plant the seed in a woman, and then life grows from that. Women bring about life. The life form is actually in a man. So explain to me again how the father is a social construct when the father holds the seed and a woman holds nothing but eggs. She's waiting for a seed. Okay. You don't make sense, man. Let me hear you.
You haven't given me a chance to make sense. You're wrong. And you're wrong in the way to sit there and say that the sperm is a seed. How could you have seeds running up and through your body? That makes no sense. A seed is not a fucking tadpole with a tail. That's not
You're playing semantics. You're playing semantics right now. You know what he meant.
a seed. So in regards to it, you're wrong. Now, if you're talking about an apple seed or orange
how
seed,
I'm wrong, though.
Listen, an avocado seed or whatever the case may be, now we can get into the comparison on how the woman gives the man the whole body, the construct, the brain, the lungs, the face, the skin. She's creating a child within a womb. So she gives him the penis too. Did you forget that she gave him the sperm? So
can you explain in a scientific way, from a biological way, how doesn't a man hold the seed in the life form? You're just speaking, but I need you to peel back the layers to things and give facts. This podcast is called No Fugazi. So if I'm speaking, I'm always going to speak with facts. So here's a fact for you. The woman doesn't determine the sex of the baby. She has an X chromosome. The man holds the X and the Y chromosome, right? So here's science, right? So when a man has sex with a woman, he dictates the of the baby. So you just said, where do you get a penis from? Where do you get this from? Where do you get that from? You get that from the man, since the man determines the sex of the baby. Do you get it? Women only hold the X chromosome. Men hold the X and a Y. That's scientifically facts that proves that what you just said is nonsense, and men do dictate the sex of the baby. So if he's dictating the sex of the baby, let's peel the layer back even further. That means that the man actually dictates how many men are going to be in this world, how many women are going to be in this world. The list goes on and on.
Yeah, kind of. I'm really on push back a little bit on you. Yeah, his body dictated, but you don't really get to dictate it, because here's some information that I think people should know. I don't know if it's a fact, but damn it, I'm trying to prove it. Do you know that more men, when they are out of shape, like overweight, have boys? Overweight men have more boys than guys are in shape. Go look at it. Go look at all the guys are in shape. How you just see a bunch of them with little girls. It's crazy, right? But then again, it's not a fact. Don't nobody hold me on that. Mr. Squinty Eyes over here, he's stating his is a fact. I'm not.
Your father dictated that you would have a beard. Your father dictated that you would have a beard and be a man, from what I could see. You get what I'm saying? Your mother didn't determine that. So you should be thanking your father, because your father truly created you.
He didn't really, but okay, I understand.
Anything for that, man? Scientifically, can you dispute what I said?
You sound uneducated.
Sweet
to the
Jesus.
point where this is so level of surface, to the point.
God dang, man.
How could you sit here? I'm just asking you, how could you sit here and tell me that my father gave me what all males are females before they turn into a male based off the decision of the mother? Every male can look at their actual scrotum sac and see a line from the bottom of their scrotum sac to the tip of their penis. All male. That means you were sold up. Your testicles are nothing but your ovaries. Your penis is nothing but an elongated clitoris. At the end,
if you want to, you can flip it around and say a lady ovaries ain't nothing but her testicles, and a lady clitoris ain't nothing but Like, you can just flip it around, sir. That didn't prove nothing. You're just speaking brother polite stuff. Yeah, you think I don't know who you sound like. Polite. You sound like that guy. And we all seen what happened to him. Crazy. Why do y'all both keep saying that the mother or the father picked something or determined something? Both of you are wrong when it comes to that. God, I mean, it's nature. It's nature. Nature determines this stuff. You don't determine, but yeah, I'm beating up a dead horse.
At the end of the day, you're nothing but an inside-out female. I'm sorry that this man has never been told that, and he doesn't understand that he was made in the likeness and the image of his mother. I'm sorry that before anybody ever taught him anything, his mother was there. Your mother is literally the only thing that you know in life. You don't even know if that's your father, but your mother knows if it's your father or not. You know everything about
your mother. Don't know that either if she was a tramp bucket. And second thing, you don't know if that's your mother. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to explain to you. You know how many kids out here who in the black community were raised by their grandmother? You know how many grandmothers raised their daughter's child because their daughter was too young and the family kept it a secret? And that itself proved you don't know who your mother is until they tell you this was your mother. You don't know what you're saying, sir, unless you're telling me that your mother's mother can't make a baby who look just like you, which she can. You don't know who your mother is for at least 3 to 4 years as a child. I would even say 5. You have no remembering skills or whatever they call that thing until like 5 years old, unless you're Terrence Howard. That's the only person who somehow said they could remember when they were in the womb.
Your mother because that's where you came from. That's your first home. That's your first origin. The black woman has always been considered God, even before the patriarch took over and started to actually make a male God. But it was never a male that was being God. It was always the woman. In Islam, it was the woman. In the Catholic Church, it was the woman. In ancient Egypt, it was the woman. In Samaria, Mesopotamia, Babylon, it was the woman. Phoenicia was the woman. Chaldea was the woman. But if he doesn't know that, that means he's not reading. And I'm telling you, I'm trying to respond to the man, even to the point where if a woman is making up your whole total makeup and she's using her menstrual blood to do it within her womb, that's why you women don't bleed for 9 months.
You sound
literally
polite.
coagulate a child in your womb. What does the man have to do with it? Is the man shooting blood in you, woman, or is he literally giving you his DNA via his sperm? So when you're actually making this baby in your womb, you're using your blood. That's why you don't bleed for 9 months. When that baby comes out, that is a product of its mother. So the baby literally develops through life. As the baby develops through life, we get to puberty. That's when our body chemically starts to actually make the sperm in our body. But it came from our mother. Everything comes from your mother. You get it from your mother. Your mother is your God. Your father is not your God. The sperm in his body comes from his mother. Where do you think we got our body from? You didn't make this. You don't have nothing to do with your face. You don't have nothing to do with your head and none of that. Your mama gave that to you. She birthed you. How could you sit there and say that she's not your God? Your mother was God before you was taught about God. Somebody had to tell you about God in order for you to believe them. Now in your mind, that's God. But what if your mother knew she was God? She would teach you about God. How can a man be a God when he cannot produce life? A man cannot sustain life. He does not have breast milk.
Got you. You done or are you still going?
No.
Buddy, everything you just did, everything, you was just rambling. You just brother polited us for like 6 minutes. It was crazy. I was so exhausted. The mother creates everything. Man, sperm, pew, right inside. Lady, oh, building it, let it out. I give you that. Their body does a whole lot of work. It don't change that without that bearded guy over there with all that testosterone and sweating like, without him, that other part wouldn't happen. She was just been a empty oven in a chef with nothing to chop up and make food with. Men provide the food. The lady is the oven and the chef and all the people running around. I give you that. That's it. That's all I'll give you.
No, go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm respectful. So if you want to go and respond, you can go.
Okay. So, I mean, everything you said was just nonsense. It didn't make any sense. It didn't correlate to anything.
Which part?
And
Which
1
part?
plus
Which
1
part?
didn't add up.
Oh,
You
no.
didn't have any rebuttal to it. You just started speaking nonsense. But let me ask you a question.
I have to force myself to speak
Does
because you won't
one-
allow me to.
Does 1
You're
plus
asking
1
me
equal
another
2?
question. No,
Does
I
1
think
plus
it
1
equals
equal
1.
2?
No, one and one come together, they merge. That's 1, right? Think about
Okay.
it, right?
God dang.
When
So
one
you
and
go.
one come together,
proves
they
my
merge.
point.
Right?
The nigga don't know
Right.
what 1 plus 1 equals.
merge, right?
He said that 1.
No, he's woke. He's a conscious brother. That's what he is. He is part of the community. I'm not talking about the purple hair people. I'm talking about the community of people who say things like, hey, yo, you're doing a lot of stuff right now that you can't even prove right now. You're just stating it. 1 plus 1 equals 1. They merge. It's not true. 1, me, plus you is 2 people. Unless you're going to say, oh, no, because we became a group, but it's still 2 people. 2 people make a group. This is that thing off of Living Color when they say when you teach yourself by yourself, what happens?
And
one
one, put it
merges.
together, they merge. 1, right?
Oh,
if I come
God
together
dang.
with a woman, don't I go into that woman? Don't me and
All
that
right.
woman go into each other? Now we one. I got my, I am 1. At the end of the day, what
So
you
you
mean?
got to
1 plus
watch
1
on your
equals
left
2.
hand. You got to watch on your left hand. If you
Right.
put another watch on your left hand, will you have 1 watches or 2 watch?
They're on the same hand. It's just 1 watch. If they put together, if you leave, they merge together. You see what I'm talking about? You want me to
If
have
you
2?
put the watch on a different hand, would you have 2 watches on you?
I don't know. If you take a man wig off, then would you be bald headed? I don't know, bro. We all got questions that they ask. I mean, what you want to do? I don't
What?
know, bro. Is we
curious.
on this build? Are we on this build or what? What we gonna do, bro?
This is what we're gonna do, because I'm actually curious. Because the last people I had on here, I had 4 other people that had your same points of view, right? And now let's change up the dialogue a little bit, because I'm curious of knowing. I believe that you let me know if you don't believe that 1 plus 1 equals 2, but let me know if this makes sense to you, and see if we can come to agreement on something. That's what I want to get here. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Influence creates thinking. Thinking creates behavior. Would you say that that's true?
Makes sense.
Okay, cool. I want to know this because I spoke with, you're the 5th person I had on the podcast now that believe that the black woman is God, right? So since we know that, and you just confirmed that influence creates thinking and thinking creates behavior, you have this, your mind frame of how you think. I want to know what influenced you to think this way.
It's knowing versus belief. Everybody believes in God. I know God.
Oh my
You see what I'm
God.
saying? Knowing is being able to have logic, evidence, and reason. You know it, just like your past experiences. I know my mother. So before I learned how to talk, before I learned how to walk, before I had taught about my ABCs, before I was taught about anything, my mother was there. Somebody had to teach me, influence me, get me to think about a God that they wanted me to think about. But prior to that, my mother was my creator. So when you look at it, my mother was a black woman, and all black women are the manifestation of Mother Nature. I don't give a fuck about a book in which you read, bro. Go to nature and look at it. That is the supreme map of things.
Clarence,
everything in nature is telling you.
Clarence, I seen that you
don't have to stop me, bro. You don't have to stop me.
I came in the chat. Clarence, I see you come in here, give it 2 seconds. I'll add you in after I have this discussion with him.
I get 30 seconds to speak, like every single time.
It's a podcast, and I had someone trying to join the live stream.
You're intimidated, bro.
No, I had someone trying to join the live stream.
You don't want to know. You do this.
Sir, Mr. Knowledge, don't get triggered right now. You already triggered me like 5 times already. So don't, you stay on the narrow, stay on the line. You convince this brother that the black woman is God. You stick with it. I'm here with you. Just call me brother so light. Let's stick in this path, brother. Don't lose your mind, because you're losing it right now.
For
intimidated?
At the end of the year, you're intimidated. It's got to be.
Come on,
if I can
man.
sit there and listen to you and you can't listen to me.
I mean, listen,
you told
bro,
us about a pregnant male rat. You told us the science
I do
brought about
debates
a
with
pregnant
men
male
in
rat.
person. You could come here in person. No one's intimidated, bro. No one's.
You gotta be.
No
It's
one
gotta
feels
be
like
something.
that.
Then
You could
why
have this
won't you let
discussion
me
in
speak
person.
the whole
The same way I'm
podcast?
conveying myself with you over here, it'll be
The
in
whole
person. And actually,
podcast,
it'll be
bro.
more
Listen,
intense.
y'all.
We said that influence creates thinking. Thinking creates behavior. You think that the black woman is God. I want to know what influenced you.
Looking for God.
Okay? Explain, elaborate. What did you
God
find
has-
that made you really think that the black woman is God?
My mother
Like
was in my face the whole time. She was in my face the whole time, and I didn't realize
Okay.
that was God. So they told me that my mother, everything was outside of me. They told me that everything else was my mother. Everything else is God but your mother. And then you look at why they oppress every woman in religion. Christianity, their God says it's okay to rape a woman, defile a woman. Islam, they say it's okay to be a woman. Allah is literally a lot. So they literally define everything in women. It's all about women oppression and for women not to realize that they are the true creators. That's why the patriarch took over. The patriarch literally took over the matriarch. The matriarch had always been in rulership. That's why they studied the goddess Hathor. They literally was with the queen of heaven in Jeremiah 44. They spoke about the goddess everywhere.
Got
Tuarat
you.
was the
I
first
have another
deity
question for
that
you
was
too.
ever worshipped. See, like I said, I get 30 seconds.
You start rambling about things that we're not talking about. You already answered it. You answered the question. He said, what influenced you? And you just went on a goddamn Usain Bolt 100-yard dash to start talking. How did we get to Egyptian gods? You didn't have to do all that. Don't get offended that he's trying to stop you from rambling. Jesus Christ. Your chain is made up. Your beard is made up. Your eyebrows is made up. I think your eyes might be made up. Your hairline probably made up unless the barber did a very bad job. And your brain, everything you got is made up of just scribble jabble. Triggered.
Oh no,
So
you
you don't
explained
really
it.
wanna
Now I
do
have
this.
another question
Yeah,
for you.
so I'm saying I wasn't done.
Oh,
That's what I'm
you have
saying. Let
more?
me know
Go.
how long I'll get. I mean, you just stopped me. You're gonna keep doing it, so go ahead.
I mean, it's
It's
you
okay.
explained
It's
all the way
okay.
down to
Go
how it
ahead,
went.
bro. Go ahead.
Got
Go
it.
ahead, bro.
So,
Go ahead.
and also, I'll just give you the rules of the podcast. So get used to it. So guess what? This is called order, right? Men create order. This is my platform, so there's a hierarchy to things. It's my rules, so if I set the rules and you follow the rules, right? When you have your own podcast and you invite me on, you set the rules and I follow those rules. Life is in hierarchy. So I have a question for you.
So
You
then you
just
don't
said
want-
that
you
the
don't wanna hear it.
matriarchy. I have a question for you. Listen, you
Of course,
just said
you just
that
had a question for me.
you just said that the matriarchy was taken over by the patriarchy. How can
Correct.
if the matriarchy is natural, right? It's a natural way of life. It's nature, right? You said the father doesn't come from nature, but the woman does come from nature. If that's the case, if the woman was first, you say that the woman is first. My question is, if the woman came first and you think the black woman is God, why is it that she's always being taken over by a man? Wouldn't
Who
you
said-
think? You just said that the patriarchy always takes over the
I'll let you
matriarchy.
finish. I'll let you finish so I can speak. Go ahead.
That's my question. You just said that the patriarchy always takes
I know
over
what
the
I said.
matriarchy. How can you say and even think logically that the woman came first if she's not strong enough to defend for herself? Answer it now.
Well, I'll calm down a little bit. Now, let me answer. In regards to the patriarchy taking over the matriarchy, it had nothing to do with strength. You have to understand that's brute strength. So what it was
What in
the
the
son
world?
turned against his mother. The son literally turned against his mother. So instead of being the protector, the son became the predator. And then Christianity and all of these other religions were created to teach men that they were higher than women. How do you think the oppression started, woman? They needed religious context to literally turn your man against you. You can look throughout all the religions.
Did you
and
ever
you can
think
see
that the
where you were
woman,
governed.
that the
Can
man
you
is
shut
just
the
stronger
fuck
than a
up,
woman?
nigga?
Do you
God
ever just
damn,
think
bro.
that the
Triggered.
Like fire, hellfire, this fire in my skin.
man is
Nigga on
just
some
stronger
hoe
than
shit.
a woman
This
and
nigga
more
on some hoe
superior
shit,
than a woman?
man. He's a bitch, nigga. Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
Think that. Say
What's
that
wrong
to
with
my
you, bro?
face, man. You
I
welcome
said
here.
you's a bitch, nigga.
I have
don't
you
give a
on.
fuck where you at,
I have
nigga.
you
I don't
on,
give a
bro.
fuck. Smash the shit.
Listen, actually, here's what I'll do, because I've been waiting for
you
someone like you.
Yeah, I'm right here.
I'll send you out here. I'll send you out here, right? I'll send.
First off, whoa, emotions just everywhere. It's just going everywhere right now. Sir, you can't come on trying to look like a Fashion Nova model and then just get aggressive. I'm going to smash pause. You supposed to say pause like 3 times already, but I don't want to attack you. Ain't you a banker as well? Why are you talking like this?
Send you out here.
What you did now?
I'll pay for your ticket to come out here. I'll pay for your ticket to come out here, and we can do this debate live in person. And I guarantee you won't have that energy in person. I guarantee you it. I had another man talk crazy just like you, but in person, he wasn't speaking that crazy. It was a entirely different story.
You can tell everybody
it was a entirely different story.
Man, everybody in the room can see you a little hoe, bro.
Now you're making ad hominems. No one made ad hominems about you. Nigga looking like a fake Drake over here, man. This nigga looking sweet as cheese. How you over here trying to act hard when you get your eyebrows done every day? This nigga looking sweet. This nigga sweet as pie with that little chain on. Nigga squinching his eyes. Nigga, what's in your eye? Why you keep squinching your eyes like that? Trying to have the light skin look. Yeah. Come on, bro. Calm down with all that, nigga. Let's have a regular discussion. You making that homicidal attacks. I ain't make none on you. You made them first. So we can either finish this debate.
This dude a whole white boy.
Oh my God.
This guy said a white boy. Just because you can't articulate yourself. Just because you can't articulate yourself. Doesn't mean
you just said that he's a white boy because he said you look like Drake. That's the thing, because he said you look like Drake. See that right there, what he just said out loud. You get those type of answers when you a person that don't brush your teeth. When you don't brush your teeth enough, just start flying out your mouth. That's what he just said. King knowledge. No knowledge is found. Oh God, he's a white boy. He said you look like Drake. How?
That I'm a white boy. That don't mean that, nigga. Chat is clowning you right now. But anyways, bro, here's what I'm saying, man. Everything that you said is all false because the root of it, the cause of it is false. The man is superior than a woman. Why doesn't a matriarchy?
The matriarchy will always be in existence. It's just been hijacked by the patriarchy. You women still produce us.
How
can you just chill for a minute? Can you give me a little bit so I can talk to people to get them to understand why I'm coming from?
No. It ain't going like that. That isn't how this goes, bro. Because you're not answering questions, bro.
I'm tired of your questions. Just let me speak.
Listen, man, if you're tired of the questions, then you can hop off the stream, bro. You just speaking nonsense right now.
Frustrated. Like I said, you're intimidated. For you not to let me talk. But I'm over here.
Nigga, really you look like a broke Drake, nigga. Who intimidated?
I know, bro. You said that. You said that already.
No one said broke. That was different. See, you can't listen. You don't have good active listening skills. You don't have good active listening skills. Low IQ.
You got a man wig going.
Low IQ, man.
I'm upset. Talking about Drake, man.
This nigga said a wig, bro. My hair is just long, man. It's just long.
Well, line your
yeah. All good.
You see that shit?
Look at your headline, buddy.
You sitting there, look at it. It's lined up, nigga.
Your junk is crooked. Your junk leaning overhead, bro.
All right, bro. All right.
Your junk tilted.
That's what we get.
Anyways, so
intimidation.
Like I said, there's a hierarchy. You started the ad hominems. I didn't start the ad hominems.
You don't want me to speak.
But here's what it is. It's a hierarchy to things. So if you don't want to follow the orders, you can hop off the stream or I'll kick you off the stream.
No, I don't understand. Man, you're anyway, nigga. You didn't want to do that anyway. You got your ass murdered over here. You got your ass murdered over here.
I mean, you believe that 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2.
You call it whatever.
And I already said we could have this live stream in person. And I trust you in person, you wouldn't have this energy. I literally fly
out you, man. Y'all beat the out you, bro. I'm not no
you out here, bro.
I'm not your little boy. I'm not your little toy.
I'll bring you out here.
You're talking.
I'll bring you out here.
We're talking.
Do you take my I actually offer you. So this is what men do. This is what men do. Because let's see if you're really man of your word. Men are men of their word. So here's my word. I'll fly you out here and we can have this debate in person. I'll put it on my word. If you really want to come out here, I'll fly you out here and we can do it in person. And after that, we could box. How about that? Let's do it. If you really feeling that, if you really feeling froggy, nigga, leap. I'll send you out here. I'll put that on my word. And we got hundreds of people in here. No.
Watch your mouth.
You want to approve to that offer? If not, then shut up, nigga, and pay attention to the hierarchy. Here's the rules. So I'm going to ask you questions, and then you're going to listen, and you're going to answer these questions because you're just talking just to talk. Do you understand? So,
hey, you're a scary little boy. You're a scary little boy.
Oh my God.
Man. You still talking, bro?
A scary little boy.
Question
man.
here.
I'm from
How
Chicago.
can you still
No one cares where you're from. When did you go from the black woman is God to I'm from Chicago? Like that meant something. No one is afraid of a guy that's from a so-called dangerous location who also look like they get pedicures and manicures. That does not make sense. I'm from Cleveland Avenue, but you wearing a pink dress. My pink dress and me and my lovers over here, aka my guys, we will run down on you with the switches. That's what you just did.
Nigga fighting. He's talking about flying me out and trying to box.
Listen,
and have a
my
debate.
Finances is
Dude,
my finances is good. I've been waiting for somebody like you that's talking spicy. This is what I do.
I told you use a.
This is what I do.
You don't do shit. You can tell you a white boy. You a little white boy that likes to play. You
I
like
see
to
that
do this
you
little
want my offer,
jokey.
but listen, homie had to go. He just talking to talk.
That was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That was quite insane. He couldn't stop himself. He literally could not stop himself. All he could do was just keep on saying, use a B, man wig. I'm from Chicago. Fix my eyebrows.
You figured me out. You got me red-handed. You got me red-handed.
That's all he did that whole time. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be honest with you. Cooley, the way you laugh kind of made me upset. I can't stand that. When people laugh like that, my head flames. Flames build on my scalp.
Like fire, hellfire.
That laugh isn't real, but what the other guy was saying was making flames as well. There's no way I don't have high blood pressure because of all this.
He ain't lying.
I got to. I like sub sandwiches. I like Chinese food. I drink things I ain't supposed to drink. And I get upset with these people on the internet all the time. This is what happens when you have a man who runs around saying the black woman is God and he doesn't know anything but what Brother Polite told him. And then he talks to another guy.
It's like that, Bone.
It's like that.
Cooley, you did a good job. Just don't do that laugh anymore. Well, for me. If you want to keep doing it, you do it. Just know that every time you do it, I get triggered a little bit. Just a little bit. But good job, Cooley. Good job. That man, he needed to go take a nap. He really needed that nap.
Oh, you know what that was? Oh, that doo-doo, baby.